With March in full swing, the NMSU Aggies have been usually relishing in success this time of year. In recent memory, it's hard not to imagine what might have been for the NMSU men's basketball team this season, but instead, the program is suspended. Multiple investigations are ongoing, and the team is without a coach. After more than 3 weeks since the program's shutdown, ABC7's Rachel Phillips brings us extra depth and perspective on where things stand with the program right now.
Over 2,000 points.
Oh, Rice fouled on a three and one.
This time last year, the Aggies were days away from winning the WAC, getting the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament and beating UConn in the first round. This year, the team isn't seeing a second of postseason play. Instead, the university has cleared some players to participate in voluntary workouts a few hours a day. An NMSU spokesperson told ABC7 it's to take care of players' mental health. This as 2 separate investigations into the program are ongoing. The first, a shooting in Albuquerque where police say NMSU player Mike Peake shot and killed a UNM student after being cornered. Other players broke curfew that night, 3 of which met Peake and took evidence from the crime scene. NMSU says it will release the findings of a third-party investigation after it's completed within the next week or so. The second investigation, hazing and sexual assault accusations. A player says 3 teammates touched him inappropriately in front of other players. The university was unable to provide a time frame on when that investigation would be complete. All of this puts the future of players and coaches on the 2022-23 roster in jeopardy. NMSU fired head basketball coach Greg Heyer after the hazing allegations came to light. If the Aggies are to turn a page, they need to hire the right guy to take over.
I think if you look at Mario's track record, he has a very good record of hiring football coaches and basketball coaches. I think this one was a swing and a miss.
For the first time in athletic director Mario Mocha's tenure, the school hired a firm to help with the coach search. Sources told ABC7 it's Jeff Schemmel with College Sports Solutions, the same firm that helped NMSU move to Conference USA. Mocha told ABC7 he wants the new coach to be a current or former Division I head coach who's had success and is known for having a disciplined program.
You have to have someone who's going to be flexible enough to change things quickly, because I think we're going to have to replace every player on the team. It won't surprise me if there's not a single player back.
But does NMSU have the money for that type of coach? The university paid Greg Heyer a base salary of $300,000. That number is tied for 3rd least in Conference USA, with only teams like Sam Houston and Kennesaw State below the Aggies, and 6 teams paying more all the way up to $750,000 at Middle Tennessee, and UTEP close behind at $700,000. Mocha told me there have been discussions to increase what they are going to pay, but how much is really feasible?
If we're going after a money candidate, it's going to be a long, lonesome road, I think.
So who meets the criteria? You've got former NMSU head coaches like Reggie Theus, Marvin Menzies, and Paul Weir, who all had success with the Aggies and haven't had as much since they left the program. There are guys like Casey Owens, who was the director of operations for Chris Jans, and while he hasn't been a head coach at the D1 level, he was the assistant for the Lakers and is currently running those open workouts for cleared players at NMSU. Then there are coaches who have a connection with key people within the school. Bruce Weber coached at Southern Illinois shortly before Mocha was the AD there. That's where Mocha met now football coach Jerry Kill. Other coaches from Mocha's time at Southern Illinois include Barry Hinson and Chris Lowry. Bradford thinks it would be hard for NMSU to hire someone who doesn't have a connection with the program.
Traditionally, what people try to do when they're hiring is get someone who's hot and on the way up. But I think because of the problems we've had, we might not, let's say if a fella makes it to the Sweet 16 this year at an obscure school on the East Coast, is New Mexico State attractive to him? I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to take a mutual thing, someone who has a love of New Mexico State that we also find is attractive.
With teams around the country focused on March Madness, NMSU are really just beginning their search. You can read a full breakdown on potential candidates on our website, kva.com. Just head to the website, click on sports, go to NMSU, and then right here it'll come up NMSU want a former or current D1 coach with a proven track record both on and off the court. In there we've got a full breakdown of potential candidates who do and do not have a already formed connection with the program. Just click on the story and have a read. For now, reporting from the studio, Rachel Phillips, ABC7.